Hi, this is Lauren, the wise unicorn. I am sitting across from Thomas. He's marrying my best friend on Sunday.
That's true, and I'm very excited.
Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, absolutely. It's always a pleasure to be with Lauren Salgado.
So, I have been like a third wheel in your relationship pretty much the whole time.
No, you're the only wheel. The wheels fell off a long time ago.
No, I just feel like I've been friends with both of you, and I see you at yoga with Nicole. The thing that I always admired about you is that you showed up every Saturday with her.
True. No,
and I was like, he's a keeper. And my class is not, it could be intimidating for someone who, well, not for an Aries with a Leo Mars in the 7th house, but I feel like my class could be maybe intimidating for that class for someone who's never taken yoga before, but maybe because you didn't know the difference.
I just viewed it as another thing that I have to go get at in order to perfect, because the more effort you put into something, the better you get at it.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any questions or anything?
Do I have any questions for the cards?
Yeah.
Could you give me like a 6 month to a year outlook?
Yeah, I knew. Well, I was like, I didn't tell you to prep questions because I wanted the experience of like when you have no questions, and
okay.
we'll see like what comes up. But I was curious if there's anything that you want to look at, like any of your life things, like your cases or.
We could just start with my caseload broadly, because I'm really excited about cases that I've onboarded recently, and I'm like really looking forward to seeing what unfolds in the next like 6 months to a year.
Okay.
So that would be awesome.
Yeah. I actually have a lot of lawyers that I read. And I actually go through like their actual cases with them sometimes, and even just their journeys. And I feel like psychics and lawyers are kind of like close together. Like we deal with people's lives like in a really personal way. And I feel like we're connected like that.
Gotcha.
You guys just do like legal contracts on like in the 3rd dimension on Earth, and I deal with them like in the spirit world. and sorting through them and figuring them out. And, so I think that's pretty cool. If you want to bring your hands on your lap and close your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose, into your belly, into your heart, fill it all the way up to the top. Slow exhale out. And as you're sitting here, I want you to imagine the sun above your head and its rays of light moving in through the crown of your head, behind your 3rd eye, your throat, your heart, moving all the way down your spine, out of your legs and into your feet. And I have Thomas. I call on your ancestors, your higher self. I ask for messages from the highest frequencies of light, of truth, of love to please illuminate his path. Show us what he needs to know for greater alignment, for the highest good of his soul, for the highest good of all. So in the headspace, you have the 2 of Swords, which is kind of like, it can be needing balance. It could be like there could be a decision that needs to be made. And so there's a little bit of avoidance in the headspace, to be honest. With the 2 of Swords, that's someone avoiding things. And in the heart space is the world, though. So there's like this completion of a cycle like in your life. And let me see what this is about. Yeah, I think this is about your work, actually. I wonder, do you have any clients that are international or anything?
I have one case actually that really bugs me. It was a referral from the government of Mexico. It was a very nice.
That's what it says. Yeah. Some kind of legal thing with a different country, and then this is you like needing to figure this out.
Yes. No, I had a very sad client that ultimately he responded to an online ad in Mexico, and so he came there thinking that he was going to make more money on a legal I think it was H-2B visa. It turned out to be like a debt or what's called peonage or debt scheme, where essentially like, yes, they were theoretically paying him more, but then they were charging him so much money for basic things like living expenses and stuff like that, contrary to the terms of the original agreement that they had, that he ended up like being in a situation where he was having to work for free for this fictitious debt that he had created. It's actually a lawsuit that's already on file.
Weird.
But yeah, it was and he wasn't trying to come here to, work illegally or stay here illegally. He thought he was taking a legitimate seasonal employment, doing sales. And then he ended up like, just getting in a real bad situation. Like that was like, he was like stuffed in housing with like 8 or 9 people, not making any money, and ultimately got thrown out on the street, and the Mexican consulate picked him up. But yeah, I have that case coming up along the line.
Are you working with Mexican lawyers?
No. And
is there anyone from there that you're working with?
Yes. No. Well, the client lives in Mexico, outside of Mexico City. Mm-hmm. And then, the Mexican consulate, which is the Mexican government's arm here in Las Vegas. Well, we talk to them about the case from time to time, because it's one of their citizens.
This is going to go very well for you.
I hope so. I actually I've dealt with a lot of like really bad cases throughout my career. I was one of the attorneys that got the $800 million Route 91 shooting. And then also I was one of the attorneys retained by the Attorney General to litigate the opioids litigation for the opioid epidemic. And even with all those kinds of cases, like this is probably one of the saddest cases that I've ever seen with the client, who I think like he was legitimately disturbed by the whole experience, because he just came here trying to like, he was like 25-year-old kid, came here trying to make a name for himself, and was just wrapped up in, I think, what is literally modern day slavery. Fortunately, Nevada law has protections against that. Actually, our legislature had enough foresight to know that kind of stuff is going on. So those kinds of people have a private cause of action to go and sue for damages, and then also as a deterrent, so companies don't do that to foreign nationals here in our state.
So what do you have to like? Is that something you have to decide on, or do you need to know about it?
I mean, there's already a complaint on file.
What's his name?
His name is Christian Giles Gomez. Okay. It's actually in front of. If you recall, I think it was maybe a year ago, there was a big to-do around the internet about a judge who, I guess a guy like jumped over the bench and tried to assault a judge here in Las Vegas. And it was all over the internet. It's actually in front of her, is the judge that's ultimately going to end up adjudicating that. Oh, wow. Really sad case though. And hopefully we can get some good justice for Christian and make him whole on that.
There's the justice card. Wow. I think this is going to impact your career the rest of your life.
I mean, that would be cool.
It says that you have an unexpected level of success, and that you're going to be thought of very highly in your field, and that this is a lifelong situation that is, well, you're also affecting his life, the rest of his life, right? I mean, this is like, but they're saying this is like it's worth the investment to invest into this case and the time and everything. So you may be like, there may be some kind of I mean, I know that you're sad about it, but there is some kind of a disconnect with it. This stress like shows up in the past, that this is like a lot of work, but this is like something that I think they're bringing it up for you to be aware of it, and it's giving you an edge for me to see that. And the thing is, like, I do this every day with my entire life. So I create data, right? And I'm like, when something's like this, I can have no evidence of this being like happening, that this is going to be this like great thing for you, like financially, offers coming through. Even in your hopes and fears, you're showing up as the emperor, which is Aries, but it's like, that's the masculine role that like needs to be in that space. And it just says that there's like some kind of, it's a lifelong success. Somehow it changes things for you. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I mean, like, well, I mean, at the end of the day,
it brings support into your life in a different way.
I'm just interested in helping Christian. I mean, he was actually like, it was a very strange one of the stranger fact patterns I'd ever seen. Like, the company that employed him actually, their office, shortly after he managed to get out of this whole situation, their local office burned down to the ground, which was kind of under questionable circumstances, in a building called University Gardens, right across the street from UNLV. It's a very strange set of circumstances.
Really?
Yeah. But that's pending and developing.
Oh, I brought a little pad to like a better. Because I forgot his name. What's his name?
Christian Giles.
Christian.
Gomez.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. Hold on, let me see.
No, but I was very grateful to have Mr. Gomez get into our orbit so we could help him and get him justice for that, because it's certainly not a thing that we want to see happen to people. Like,
I wonder how far out is this case? Like, what do you have?
we had just filed recently, so yeah, we're just in the service period.
Oh, something happens with this quickly.
Maybe it's
like
possible.
even in the next 3 weeks or something, there might be something that comes up. I don't know. Maybe new information that helps you. Like, I don't know.
We'll have to see. It was a complex fact pattern, and a very unfortunate set of circumstances for a very nice young man. So hopefully, I would love nothing more than to see positive movement to try to get, especially because like those kinds of things, we just don't want that going on in our community. Like we just do not. And so like a lot of times, like people give civil litigation, like plaintiffs' lawyers, a bad name, but the reality of the situation is like plaintiffs' lawyers are there to protect us all. Like, they're to protect you from being spirited away in some debt slavery scheme. Like it's, the year 1850. Like, and so like we have there's just unfortunately not enough resources for state and federal governments to tackle all the injustice in this world. So it falls onto what they call private attorney general statutes in order to vindicate people for these things.
Wow. That's intense.
It is, but it's intense energy, but then also like, that's why I do what I do, to help people.
Third house. Do you have siblings? Yeah, your sister.
Yes.
You have a sister.
Actually, I had a brother too, but he passed away.
Something with your sister.
She just had a baby.
Yeah. So moon in Cancer is the mother.
Yeah, she just had a baby like 2 or 3 weeks ago. She's man, although she's on maternity leave, but she's a government worker, so she was furloughed anyway.
Oh my gosh. I wonder. Well, I asked what we should talk about next. You don't have any questions about her, or do you?
I mean, not really.
What's her name?
Margaret.
Margaret.
No, I think Margaret is just tired right now. I'm getting married this weekend on Sunday, but she wasn't able to make it. But I think she would have rather made it, because right now she's just at home. Like,
oh, right, exactly.
Getting 6 hours of sleep every 3 days.
Does she work? Yeah, you just said.
Yeah,
Sorry.
she's a statistician for the U.S.
She's going to go back
Bureau.
to work. Wow. She really likes Nicole.
Oh, yeah, they get along great.
They're like, yeah, I've never looked into it like this, right? Wow. She is like a wonderful supporter of you.
Oh, no, Margaret's phenomenal. She's about...
she loves Nicole.
Yeah, they're close in age. They're about like, she's 9 months younger than Nicole, so they get along really well.
Yeah. I was just wondering why they brought her up, but I wonder, if you don't have any questions.
Not about my sister. She's just living her best life, having babies. Like, I think I was very excited because she was almost 40, and she finally had her first kid. So
really?
I think the whole family's thrilled about it.
Yeah. So I'm officiating your wedding on Sunday.
Correct.
And Nicole and I are like putting a spell on you.
Did
she tell you?
Yeah, she's been like working on that for the last like.
Is she chanting with sound bowls around a candle?
Days. Like I'm like upstairs like drafting legal briefs and trying to like do case outlines, and I'm being shown like crystals and other things that are supposed to be like giving positive energy into our relationship.
Yep.
It's super cute, actually.
It's really cute. No, we got a candle and she's going to carve in it and put oils. And I said, you need to do music around it. And then we're going to bind your souls for eternity.
No, she's been working on that really hard. I am really grateful for my significant other. She's a phenomenal human. Like,
I think you're gonna be like floored the day of the wedding. Like I think you're gonna be like blown away.
It doesn't matter. I was floored when Nicole agreed to go on a date with me. So
as far as I'm concerned, she's amazing.
Nothing's gonna top that.
She's she's the top of the top. All right. Okay, you wanted to know about your cases, right? Sure. Like not specific cases. Like what are we asking? Like
I just started a law firm
about
maybe about like 6 months ago. And I think it's like when you start a business like for the first time, it's like very scary because you kind of like hang out your shingle and think, oh God, what if nobody shows up?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm like, also on top of that, like I'm a single parent with a 14-year-old. So
yeah.
I'm like, oh, and then I won't be able to pay my bills and my daughter will be homeless and destitute.
That's never going to happen.
No, I know. It ended up working out like really, really well. But it's just been like, I've been very, very blessed actually, as far as like everything that's happened with me and my business affairs over the last 6 months since I went solo. I've gotten some good stuff in.
You were like on TMZ or something.
Yes, I did file a lawsuit against Cardi B for the microphone throwing incident at Dre's Beach Club. We actually just had our first hearing. We had our first hearing on it on Wednesday. I think the judge, Beta Yeager, wanted more briefing on some discrete thing about whether or not Dre's could be held liable for certain aspects of damages under Nevada law. Obviously, we think we can. Otherwise, they can. Otherwise, we wouldn't have brought those claims. That's the nightclub. Cardi B hasn't appeared yet. She's supposed to appear in about 10 days.
Really? What do you mean appear? Like in court?
The process for filing a lawsuit is you have to actually like serve them formally with the legal document called the complaint. And then from there, they have 21 days to respond to the complaint. We sued Cardi about 11 days ago, or we served Cardi about 11 days ago. So she still has another 10 days before she needs to respond. Although based on some of her comments in the media, I think she's already well aware of the lawsuit and the theories of liability that we have alleged because she's commented on them a few times, it seemed like.
Oh.
No, I felt very bad for those girls because, every time you see celebrity lawsuit, you think money grab. But the reality of the situation was one of the, I guess the not anonymous person in that lawsuit, Paxton, she is like a home hospice nurse. And so when Cardi threw that mic, it hit her in her shoulder so hard that she still has like permanent tears in there. And then it hit her so hard that it ricocheted off and hit another person that had thrown water at her.
That's horrible.
The other person she's like an upper middle class, I want to say medical billing executive, the Jane Doe, which is why she does not want her identity to be public.
Yeah.
But like both of these women were like, basically, if you're at a front row at Dre's at a concert in Las Vegas, like you're not just some random person. Like, those are expensive tickets. Like those were like, they weren't just like random riffraff on a money grab. Like you're talking about like a hospice nurse and a medical billing executive. And both of them are like just very, very, very like, traumatized by the whole thing, especially with what happened afterwards.
Yeah.
Because
what happened after?
The complaint alleged, and I've seen it kind of like discussed a few different times, that then she used Instagram and her like millions and millions of followers to bully, or at least the complaint alleges that they wanted to bully ultimately our clients. Like, even though like, at the end, again, like they're just random women in their 20s and 30s who paid a lot of money to go be 10 feet away from the stage at a Cardi B show. And just the complaint alleged that they batter, like, that she just berated these, like, this, especially the anonymous one online. It really kind of snowballed, and then she became ultimately, as the complaint alleged, she was being harassed in public, and she couldn't even do basic things like go to the grocery store without being catcalled for various stuff.
Really?
And this is just like a private, like,
yeah,
middle class woman that is
that was at the Cardi B concert.
That just wanted to go see Cardi B, and like her life got turned upside down because of it. We alleged in the complaint that it just was not consistent with the standards for a reasonable performer.
Yeah.
Obviously you shouldn't be throwing things at people, but then even the behavior afterwards was just excessive.
I think the medical stuff is where the money is, right? Like, so, and it says like, there's definitely like a financial gain from it. And they actually say if there's any delays in the case that it works in your favor, like anything being delayed or pushed back, that's what you want. But I think more than like the attention, the unwanted attention is the medical side is where that's what they're saying.
Is filed with the best of intentions, to keep people safe at our clubs and concert venues. Nevada law provides that there's like you can go to a concert, you can go to a day club, and you should not have to worry about like being assaulted or being attacked. Our law also provides that casinos are responsible for providing security, and they can't delegate that duty to other people. And in that situation, like unfortunately for my two clients, it appears, especially based on the video that I've seen, as well as what we alleged in the complaint, that that people just kind of fell short there, and unfortunately, like it resulted in real and tangible damage onto two very nice women who do not need the money, but certainly didn't need what happened afterwards.
Yeah.
So it's about keeping the public safe is what it amounts to.
Yeah. You're like talking like a lawyer.
I know. Well, that's what I do.
What?
Like,
I mean, but I see you, after class.
Yeah, no, there's definitely like a whole nother like Dr. Jekyll,
I'm like,
Mr. Hyde
you're
side to
talking
me.
your
Like,
lawyer talk right now. I'm like, oh yeah. What did you want to know? So, okay, you said what's the name? It's Thomas Beckom Law Firm.
yeah, Thomas Beckom Law, PLLC.
Law P?
Yeah, well, it's like professional limited liability company.
Okay.
But it's just Thomas Beckom.
So
Law.
like 6 months?
Yeah, I get like 6 months. Give it a year from now, actually.
A year from
Law,
now. Okay.
let's see if-
Fight the financial.
or just let me know how the business is doing
Okay.
a year from now.
Okay.
Like,
I'm going to look at the business. I'm going to look at it in layers, but I'll start with
Yeah, my ultimate dream is actually to bring on my soon-to-be wife as my law partner. She is one of the best like, trial lawyers in town. I actually I don't just say that because she's my spouse, because I've litigated cases with her in very difficult situations, and we've managed to get great
I love that you
outcomes.
guys work together, and you work with my son.
Yes.
like that's amazing. Nicole is like, he fell asleep in court twice.
I know. I guess she had to like snap at him or something.
And he got really up. Yeah, she said she snapped
I
at
gave
him.
him a lecture about that because I was like, if
Yeah,
you're
thank
from
you.
R2 Law Firm, it's like everyone knows that me and Nicole are together, and if you go to court and you fall asleep, that reflects badly on both me and Nicole. He was very apologetic.
Yeah, she said he apologized multiple times.
Oh,
He
yeah.
felt really bad.
I mean, who falls asleep in court? No one.
Yeah. Well, what was his problem?
Who knows, man? Probably some girl he's chasing around.
That's
or something.
good. Yeah, I know who it is, but he's not telling his work. Because I went to brunch with Nicole, and I was like, oh, Maddox's girlfriend. And she's like, you mean they, them? And I was like, what? And she's like, he's going to go to lunch with his friend, and they are going to, like, he won't refer to her gender. And I'm
not
like,
to think too much into that, man, because like I still can't figure out the best
Ooh.
contextual place to use 6-7. Like,
I wonder. Oh, right. What is that? The 6-7
I don't know.
thing?
Well, it's like
That's
the
what she said.
it's-
He like. What is that?
It's what you put in front of a phone number to dial it so they can't see your phone number to block the caller ID. But for some reason, it's just become like a real long running joke with that entire generation, which is like the first time in my adult life where kids are cracking jokes, and I just don't understand.
She told me to do it on the show and I'll be popular. But how do you do it? Can you do it for me?
No.
Do you know about 6-7? This is some like Gen Z.
I taught elementary school for 7 years.
I mean,
before I
he's
went to law
Generation
school.
Alpha, but Nicole was telling me that Maddox was explaining to her what that was. And I'm like, I mean.
No, my daughter has also explained what it is, and I just don't understand. I think it's
Oh my
just like,
God, Lyric is so cool. You have a daughter named Lyric. Is she 14?
Yeah, she's 14. She's
She's
freshman
like,
in high
she
school.
is like a dream teenager to me. Like if I had a girl that was a teenager, I hope she was just like that.
Oh, Lyric's great. Like, I mean,
She
Lyric,
is so cute.
I actually
And
like.
she's like punk. She's,
I have to be
she's
careful
like-
because if she's very private. So if I share too much stuff about her, she will.
oh,
tell
she's
me,
not going to like it.
Yeah, she
yeah.
will tell me that I did not have her consent to share anything about her.
Well,
because
I
she,
can say it.
She likes to be like the Batman or something, like
She
just
is
hide in the
so
shadows
cute.
and then appear and then disappear and no one knows what happened.
I like that. I kind of like it. I like her mysteriousness.
That's just
I
Lyric.
like the mystery of her, and she wear her makeup and her outfits. I just love the way she styles herself, kind of 80s, right? I mean, kind of. I don't know. She's just really cute. She has a style.
She's very much in the spirit with her. She goes to LVA for film, so she very much looks like a film major.
She's gonna be really cool as she grows up. So it says you will partner in the next year, probably with your lover.
Oh, okay.
So in 1 year, it says that.
Interesting.
They say to be attached and to do this, and that you have public recognition and fame, and that this is going to go, and you might buy a house too.
That would be nice.
So you do have like, you're kind of a Scrooge though, right?
A Scrooge?
Are you? I don't know this. I mean, you guys always pay for all my things. So I don't know.
I mean,
but it says you are here.
I'm definitely I'm focusing on conserving financial resources
Yeah.
so I can reinvest it into growth.
Yeah.
Is my plan right now. Because I mean, I don't want to like. There's.
You could loosen up a bit.
Oh, I know.
You know. Oh, okay. Well, and it says, because the thing is, like, it shows this, like, whoa, success. But you have like this. Well, and I was looking at your chart because you're Cap rising. And then you have a moon in the second house in Pisces. But so that means like, it's kind of like having a Taurus moon, and you're way earthier. You don't have a lot of earth in your chart, but they're in these, the Cap rising and the moon in the second is like very, very aware of finances. It's not that you don't have it. Like the thing is, it's not like it's hard for you to make it, because it's like really easy for you to make it, even in excess. That's what it says. But it says that you're thinking about like every little detail of like where it goes. And then it's like, and it becomes like a Scrooge, like a tightwad. Is that the right word?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think
Scrooge. Well, based on
it's a tight. Like what is the tightwad?
I would like to call myself fiscally.
frugal, maybe.
Yeah, like
Fiscally
frugal. Yeah,
conservative.
fiscally conservative. Okay, yeah.
No, I just like I have
It says it's blocking you to
I
be
have
that
a
way.
very specific plan in my head about what I'm trying to do. And so like I just like am very much just saving money to get to that plan. And then at some point I feel like when you save up enough money, it just generates more money just by virtue of being around.
It's true. That's true. Let me ask. Thomas Beckom, Law P, LLC.
Correct.
Okay.
No, I've been very fortunate. I have very solid business partners that I've been able to partner up with in order to get some really solid results. And I think that even our best results are not even here yet. So that's good. Like,
This card comes out every time I'm in this house, like just flies out. And it'll happen like 20 times. The sun. The sun. You got it wrong, Eric. No.
One of two cards.
Yeah, but the sun, I mean, it's to the point where I'm like, is this the sun? Like this house is the sun. Like what is happening here? Like that's like, but I don't count. So my strategy, so I noticed on TikTok, like the TikTok shufflers are like this and they wait for the card to flip out, which is wrong. Have you ever played a card game where someone shuffled the cards like that?
I feel like
You can't play poker and shuffle like that.
when they're cheating. Like, I feel
Right.
like if you do that
You
at a casino,
can't,
like,
you need the
you'll get
randomness.
tackled.
You need the randomness of the shuffle for it to work. And tarot started as a game in Italy, right? This was a game first. So it's like, you have to treat it like it's the same strategy. So if I get one that flies out, I put it to the side, but I still continue the thing that I do. I don't count it as the reading at all.
So that's
And I don't think it means, like, I mean, I know it means something, but it's totally separate from the reading. Sometimes, it depends.
Oh, okay, so that one's just
But it could be you too. I mean, look at the Emperor again. That's come out first. Because do you have, what is that instrument? The Indian instrument?
the sitar.
Yeah. How's it going?
Man, like, I had such good. So my original undergraduate degree was not anything to do with law. It was actually in music education.
You taught music.
Yeah,
Right?
no, I was a teacher for CCSD. I was a elementary school music teacher for CCSD for 7 years before I went to law school. And yeah, so
7 years.
I still have a bunch of random instruments just hanging out at my house, like a guitar and a sitar and a ukulele.
He's a sick. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I can
I
play.
was gonna ask him to bring his guitar.
Actually, my
but I
first
was like,
my first instrument was piano.
let's play.
Well, I have a guitar.
Oh, he has a guitar. Thank you.
Oh, it's gonna be like that.
Yo,
It's
wait
gonna
till
be
you
like
hear
that.
him.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, he's good.
Maybe we'll see. He's gonna put me in a pressure place.
No, I wanted you to bring your guitar. Dude, I had it in my mind, but I'm glad this moment is happening, so I didn't have to even say anything.
Okay. I was like, everybody I feel like has a guitar somewhere.
There's a saxophone under there. You guys could play do you have a song you both know?
You have there is.
Oh, yeah.
There's a pick in there. Nicole made me learn that song by Taylor Swift. Like,
She's walking down the aisle to Taylor Swift.
no, this song.
Oh, yeah.
I think it goes. But yeah, that's the song that she's walking down the aisle to, and she made me play.
Nicole tells me, she's like, you know, we're just like hanging out in the house and Thomas will be playing music and then he gets his tarot cards out. And she's like, I see him pull a card and she's like, you know, he's a keeper.
You know, I play lots of different. Originally, I went to college for an instrument called the bassoon.
What's a bassoon?
I know, right?
He went to college to play a bassoon.
It's like an orchestral pit.
Bassoon is a legitimate instrument.
Yeah, it's
just a random.
yeah. Well, because I got a scholarship because nobody plays the bassoon. They're like, I don't know. Do you want $10,000 to play the bassoon? Sure. Yeah, why not, man? Like I was like 18. It was like sounds like a plan. I got out with no college debt. Like,
cool.
but it wasn't my original instrument. My original instrument was classical piano, and then I started picking up guitar when I was like 18, 19 in music school because I think I realized, because he knows what I'm talking about, that just chicks don't find the bassoon attractive. Like they do not. Like, and so I had to find a new instrument that I could go to parties and look cool because at 18 I have no assets or common sense, so at least I can play the guitar.
Yeah. Well, that was awesome.
Guitar. Saxophone.
And he got a sitar.
Yeah, I did buy a sitar. I haven't learned to play it yet because I bought it and then I opened up my own law firm like a week later. So I was very, very, very busy and haven't had time. That's been like miserable for me is I have no time to do anything anymore.
Can you learn it by the end of November?
Probably not.
Because I'm doing a breathwork session and I need an instrument.
I can maybe a year from now. I started to try to sit down and like
3 weeks.
that instrument was a little weird. Like most of the other instruments are based on Western style music, but the Eastern style instruments get a little funky. Like like it has like 18 different strings you have to tune as opposed to guitar,
Oh my
which just
God.
has 6. Because it has sympathetic resonators underneath your main 2 strings. And then it's like, there's no frets either. It's really interesting. Actually, well, there are frets, but it's very different than anything else I've learned to play so far.
There was the song that you sent me with that artist.
Ravi Shankar.
Yeah, I played him in my class this morning.
Oh yeah, no, he's like in like the.
It's the coolest song.
I'm surprised you hadn't heard of him before. Like,
no.
He was
because I'm not from 1980. I don't have that's what I mean. Seriously, you guys are brought into my life to teach me these things.
That's what for me is aged like a fine wine.
Yeah.
At least that's what I tell my 14-year-old when she tells me I'm old and stupid.
We should look, well, she won't let me look at her cards, would she?
Oh, she totally would.
Yeah.
She watches your podcast every time.
She sat there and she comments and she is so cute. She comes to the yoga class and she just like hangs out.
No, my daughter's a good kid, man. I'm very, very proud of her.
And is she May 5th or something, or May
3rd?
May 3rd. I always get 3 and 5 mixed up for some reason, those 2 numbers. Look at, again, Ace of Pentacles. That's the card I got for the vibe of the day. Okay, let's see. Lyric. Show me lyric. Ooh, strength. Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's someone that is really in alignment with who they are and very generous. So she actually genuinely cares about the world.
Oh yeah. No,
like she like has a really, like, that's like a nurse, but it's like a nurse with your, like, if you could nurture the world with your heart and the love that you have, that's what she has inside of her. And then strength is like what you want to do and what you should do are in alignment. And so often that's because it's a picture of a woman holding the mouth of the lion, and I don't know if you can see that. And then she's holding the mouth, but she tames the lion with her intellect. Mm-hmm. And so because it's a fiery card, but it's like internalized. And so it's like, it can be like, you know, when you don't do something is strength, because you're like taming the wildness inside of you. But it's a really strong archetype for a woman, like for a female. And it's also number 8, and it has the woman has an infinity symbol on her over her head, which is the master builder. And then the 6 of Pentacles is the 6, which is like family. Like she really loves her family.
No, she does. I mean, you can tell too. She's just such a loving little child.
But I think about like this psychic wise Thomas Beckom.
The psychic wise.
You're
Thomas Beckham?
psychic. I think you're psychic. Do you feel like you're psychic? You're
just,
like a mystical person.
I don't know about that. Like, I just try to make the best quality decisions I can that come from a place of calm and kindness.
You know people though. You can read them so well.
Sometimes I'm not good at reading people at all. Like, I want so much to believe the best in people that sometimes I have a difficult time accepting that people will not always behave.
Anytime I asked you out like guys in my life, you always like clocked it immediately.
Oh, well, yeah. Like, you gotta watch, like, there's so many, I'm a really a big kind of proponent of, like, you have to watch out for those, like, dark triad personalities.
Yeah.
Which are really hard to spot. The Machiavellians, the narcissists,
Yeah.
like, people that have, like, you know, elements of, like,
those are all the people
ability to relate to others. You call them psychopathy, but calling someone a psychopath really is kind of a harsh term. But you have to watch out for people that have low levels of empathy. I think you need to watch out for people that are just exceedingly vain, and then watch out for people that like to control the scenes from behind. Like, they can really kind of hurt you, I think, a lot of times if you're not careful.
Yeah. All right.
Sounds like me.
No, Eric, you have like, maybe at times.
Well, I think everybody.
No,
everybody
he's not.
has, like,
You are not that. You're not. You want to. I think you're very emotional, and you want to pretend like you're not.
I think to some degree, everyone. Well, if you're someone who like shares stuff online, or like you have to have some kind of something.
Yeah.
Well, I think that, like, all 3 of those things, whether it's a good sense of self, your ability to not tie yourself to others so much that you go down, like, because I mean, sometimes people are drowning, and, like, you know, if you don't have the ability to step back from that person, they'll take you down with them, and, like, you know, like a level of self-preservation, but a good sense of self, a level of self-preservation, and an ability to play and read the room, like I think in, you know, certain levels are good, but I think when they get into extremes, and you're talking about people that really just want to, like, manipulate others to their detriment, to their own self-benefit, or someone that's so obsessed with their own self-image that, like, it just kind of eats up the rest of the room. Those are the ones in extremes that I think you have, or someone that just really does not care what happens to you and only cares about themselves.
Yeah.
Like, those are the kinds of things in extreme I think you need to watch out for.
Yeah.
And I've seen most of the time in my profession, we deal with a lot of very harsh, toxic, normal, everyday people do not land in litigation. They just don't. The people that you find landing on our courts are people that, like, really just have a lot of times just are very, like, they have demons in their past. And they have, like, really interesting aspects of their personalities that are just very, very, very dark. And those can be all the way down from, like, you know, somebody that engages in, like, a weird divorce fight to, like, I've seen CEOs of, like, you know, multi-billion-dollar publicly traded companies that also have those same issues. You know, a great example would be some of the stuff that I saw in, like, the opioids litigation. I mean, like, I think someone like a Purdue Pharma knew what they were doing. I mean, like, it's, well, at least,
What do you think about kratom? Like, this is insane. Like, this drug, and it's over the counter, and I'm blown away by, like, what I've learned about it.
Most of the stuff that I've heard is real anecdotal. Like, I don't have any personal dealings with it. I know that in certain countries it is banned as an illicit substance.
Yeah, it should not be able to be bought.
To, like, you know, like a cocaine or heroin or something like that.
Yeah.
I hear, like, I just, like, and I know that some people are looking to sue over that product. I do know, though, that, like, there are certain companies that will profit off of, you know, at the expense of safety. I've seen it in my profession before. Like, our laws here in the state, as far as being able to sue for defective products, are very generous, though, in terms of, like, our state law does not contemplate or like when people get hurt when a business advertises a defective drug. Real Water actually is a great example of that. The old bottled water product, they've had a bunch of like several billion-dollar verdicts issued against them because they were putting basically rocket fuel ingredients into their water.
Shut
and
up.
People. Oh,
when?
Yeah. When it was still on the market. It went bankrupt and it had to be pulled off the market for lawsuits. Opioids, like, you know, I think you can go watch some of the documentaries on HBO and stuff like that. Like, those companies knew how addicted they were and pushed them for everyday pain anyway, with the predictable outcome of everyone got addicted to drugs. I mean, there was a few years here, I feel like, during the 2010s where it seemed like everybody had a pill problem.
You become like, when you're on them or that opioids and stuff, you get like a lizard brain. Like, you become like a shell of a person.
You just crave more opioids. That's really all you care
Yeah.
about. There, like, tobacco is another great
What
example
about
of
like
that.
the rehab places? Do you know any, like, I mean, in Vegas, what I've experienced is you have to know a guy that you text that can get you in somewhere. And it's like this hustle of going around. And I cannot believe what is happening here. And it's really confusing to me because like certain things are happening like with the insurances or whatever. And it's really hard to get into these places. They will not.
If you have a legitimate...
I'm like, why does everybody know a guy? Why are there like 4 different guys that you have to call to get into this place? And then you go and they don't let you in. I'm like, are you supposed to like pay them to get you in, or like what?
There's a marked difference between, like, I think some people just want to go in there to kind of like almost like a health and wellness thing. And then there are people that have legitimately become addicted to drugs or legitimately become addicted to alcohol.
I mean, these places are like in downtown Las Vegas. You know, it's like not in a great area.
If you have a legitimate, like, and I've seen cases, I've had clients that have had legitimate alcohol substance abuse disorder, like actually quantified that way under the DSM-5 through a legitimate psychiatric diagnosis. If you get yourself a diagnosis like that from a psychiatrist, you can get into rehab. You should get into rehab because there are serious side effects from an uninhibited withdrawal. I know, like, if you have severe alcoholism, one thing that's not really generally talked about is that when you stop drinking, you can have like I think they're called tremors. Like, you get tremors.
Yeah.
Like, you actually physically start shaking.
And you can like shock your body into withdrawals. Like when you
can black out and lose time.
Seizures and stuff.
Yeah, I had a client a few years ago that he put himself in a drug and alcohol rehabilitation facility. But then he started having a medical episode and then just like wandered out of a local hospital. It was really sad though, because he ended up passing out next to a dumpster in the middle of July, and waking up, and then the EMS found him in the middle of the day. But by that point, his core body temperature had raised so severely that it caused permanent brain damage. That he's just like, he went in to get clean and then came out and was just really traumatized through the whole experience. I'm not quite sure that I ended up switching firms, so I'm not quite sure how that case resolved. Other than, like, I really felt for the family in that circumstance because his wife and him made the conscious decision to try to get him clean. And they were promised a positive outcome. And then ultimately it ended up leading to him just being completely dependent on his spouse now because of a medical brain injury.
Dude. I'm looking at you.
But that's largely of what I do, is I help people. I mean, like, if you've been injured, you know, I've helped people like that. I help large businesses. Like, I've represented a couple of banks throughout my career, but largely rep them if they feel like they're getting scammed. Large businesses will attempt to, I guess, act inappropriately with other large businesses, and it will result in inter-business disputes between them. They're just very quiet. They don't get publicized very often.
I was like, who is he?
Who is who?
You. I was like, well, I was looking at you. So the King of Cups with the Hermit is like a wise, like a counselor, or someone who's emotionally like, that's someone that has control over their emotions and is like, uses it for wisdom. Like with the Hermit is like a mentor. Do you ever like mentor boys or something?
I mean, not since I was a teacher. Like,
oh, right. Yeah, you have the voice of the teacher. Would you ever teach again? Like
I don't know.
later in life, you
Maybe
think?
like I really enjoy my current line of work being
Yeah.
like a litigator. I mean, like I've had so many great opportunities to help people throughout a variety of different circumstances throughout my career.
What about writing? Like, would you write a book or something?
I might have a ghostwriter write a book. I don't know if
You're like,
I don't have
yeah.
time to write a book right
Because
now.
they're like saying like voice of the teacher, the writer, someone that is like, when a guy gets the King of Cups, that's like a man that is in touch with his emotions and knows how to like it's like the especially with the hermit. So the hermit is wisdom from, can be like, it's spiritual but it's intellectual as well. And then the King of Cups is emotional intelligence. So there's like the intellect and the intuition are creating a teacher, a mentor, that's someone that is the voice. I mean, have you ever been in like politics or something? We've talked about this, right?
I mean, like I've worked in like through political, like, well, law firms that have political affiliations for a large bulk of my career. I originally got my career in law started with working with he was an ex-city councilman and former speaker of the Nevada State Assembly, Matt Callister. And then, like, I mean, that firm had been around for like 50, 60 years. And then later on, I was doing defense work for a while for banks and businesses and lending institutions. And then afterwards, I ended up working with Aaron Ford as my he's running for governor right now. He's currently attorney general. We worked together for a while. Really nice man. Like, just really, I think, has the state's best interest at heart. I was outside counsel for the state of Nevada, retained by the Attorney General's office, along with another team of really top-notch lawyers to litigate the opioids case. But like, yeah, we've always kind of been doing, I guess, like some government work throughout my career. But I don't necessarily care about political affiliations or things like that. I mean, I care about...
You can represent the people.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've represented, like, some of the most conservative Republicans you've ever seen. I've represented some of the most liberal Democrats you've ever seen. From my perspective, it's about making sure that people don't get a raw deal.
Yeah.
I really feel like that there are people out there that will just scam you. And it doesn't matter if you wear a red hat and go to the Walmart every day or, like, are hanging out at, the Wynn. Like, I mean, there are just people that try to take advantage of you, and my ideal is making sure. Do
you know what's crazy? When I just did the spread about who you are, you show up like a like how the CIA or the FBI is like you're that way for like dark entities. Like you're capturing darkness. Because you had the devil, but it was like the way that the devil was showing up as like you tricking the devil. Like you have the ability to trick it. like there's not many people that I'm going to get that, like, you know what I mean? That are going to be able to trick the darkness, because the darkness is tricky. It's like the dark like darkness, like the devil energy, right? It's seductive and tricky. And they, like you said, like how you were talking about the people to stay away from, those kinds of energies. It's like you show up as like someone who is like a Jason Bourne. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I've been fortunate in that, like, yes, no, you are correct. There is darkness in this world. Yeah. And I think a good plaintiff's trial attorney has the ability to ferret that out and to protect the general population from, I think, just some really bad actors. Like, I've been very fortunate throughout my career to be able to work with really great people that have taught me some really great things. I was able to co-counsel with Johnny Cochran's firm for a little bit, and they're phenomenal litigators.
I want to ask you like other questions. Can I ask you besides something else? Like, can I ask about your spiritual beliefs? Yeah. Like, what do you believe?
What do I believe?
Yeah.
Are we? Well,
like, did you ever have tarot cards before you met Nicole?
No, she got me into that. Like,
she got you in that.
I do find it to be kind of like a freeing experience in terms of like, for me, it allows me an opportunity to self-reflect on the things that are going around me. My family grew up in a very small, rural, southern farm churches. My dad was actually the first person to, I guess, leave his little, my family grew up on like a dirt road in the middle of rural North Carolina. We didn't even have a name, and it was just all my family. And my dad was the first one to leave there, but I've been very fortunate, to like get out of that environment. But we grew up in a series of small farm churches. Like the United Methodist was what our big thing was. But then from there, I think I think that was a really good place to like kind of grow up and learn a sense of morality. From there, I kind of have a more like amorphous view of it, in that like, yes, if there's like an all-powerful, all-seeing entity that like floats around in this world, that controls and channels energy and spirits and beings, that is so far beyond my ability to comprehend that I think it's like, a infant trying to comprehend like sending a rocket into space. Like, it's just like beyond my ability to perceive, other than like I do feel like that there is good intentions and good energy, but also in the same token, I believe that chaos is a near constant that you need to prepare for.
What do you think about tarot cards? Like, what made you get your own deck and start using them?
I was going through a difficult period and transitional period in my life, right around the time that I first started dating my soon-to-be wife, and it allowed me a great opportunity to just kind of reflect on the things around me as possibly being like more of an outgrowth of just the universal energy, and not necessarily like something that was like directed at me personally on a slight. I think it allows you a good device to frame just the energies that are always kind of swirling around you. There's always something swirling around you, and sometimes there's even energy that you don't even, they're not
Exactly.
even
It's a
aware of.
practice of awareness.
Yes. And
Why do you think it's true? Like, you've experienced it and it's been true.
Yes, no, I have experienced tarot cards and they have been true. I mean, there's probably just some like amorphous guiding force behind it.
I'm just curious what you think as because you're like, you're a masculine man, that is like, there's not many dudes that are in my class that are watching me, with the tarot cards and then getting their own, you got your own deck on your own. Like, she didn't get that for you, right?
No, I got it on my
own. Yeah. And I'm just curious because I just want to know your perspective on it and like what you think, and if you've experienced them as true, and like, or maybe you don't know. I've
always been taught that there are like invisible, unseen forces that I guess guide me on the correct path, and sometimes they might not necessarily, as my mom always says, like, you might not be going in the direction you want right now, but you're going in the direction you need to go. And I think just like, just the energy and like, I guess as my mom would say, the Lord works in strange and mysterious ways and manifests itself in strange and mysterious ways. And like, I think that like, tarot allows you ability to quiet your mind and to really kind of become in tune with the energy that surrounds you and the energy that is surrounding your life in that present moment. How it ends up being accurate would be way beyond my pay grade.
I'm like, so like, if anybody's like, so, cause like there's, a lot of people out there that don't think it can be true, or they don't think that they can get, that it can be accurate or information from it. Even especially women who are in relationships, I get all the time. And they're like, my husband thinks that I'm crazy and I can't talk to him about this stuff, and they're not open. Like, do you have any advice for like breaking that in the husband, or like opening? I mean, or it's just like, I mean, I'm just curious.
I think as men, we're just riddled with testosterone, which can be like a great asset. If appropriately managed, it can also be a great curse in that like, we're always trying to like aggressively control everything around us. I think that from a masculine energy perspective, men have a tough time accepting that, because men don't like to give up control. Men don't like to, and I don't think that's necessarily like, and I'm not saying that in a negative way. From an evolutionary standpoint, I mean, like, we were the ones responsible for going out and wrestling a saber-tooth tiger while keeping the family safe in the Cape. And so like, we have to be hardwired to want control, but I think that's why people with more masculine energy have trouble accepting that, because it implies that you're giving up control in a scenario. But I really find that true peace and true, like, I guess, like, that mind's eye kind of scenario where you can get true insight involves like just acknowledging that there are certain things, no matter how much you want to, you can't control. And then just kind of like reading things as they are.
And it helps.
Yes.
It's not like hurting anybody. Well, I mean, you can become addicted to it, you know. So I was reading your chakras because it tells me, I read all different ways, just curious to see what comes up. I mean, King of Pentacles and the root chakra, because your root chakra is connected to your finances, your work. And it's also like your basic needs, which is like food, shelter. And King of Pentacles is like the daddy of all daddies, right? It's like the guy with the money, right? So, or whatever. He's like grounded and in the earth. And it's like, that's perfect to get there. Like, who knows what my root chakra would probably be like the star or something like outer space. But like, then your sacral chakra says you're going to get a house.
Yes. No, we need a house. Okay.
So it says you're going to buy a house and you're bringing this in. So like you're attracting this into your energy. Like for me to see it like that, I feel like, I mean, there was also other things. I mean, maybe you're getting an office for your law firm or something. I mean like, probably a house before that, but
yeah,
because you're already in an office. You're already in an office.
Yeah, I already have an office.
Yeah.
I just need to start I'm getting ready to go into a hiring period where I need to hire a couple of legal assistants because my caseload coming up here over the next 12 months is massive. And, and I'm very grateful for my business partners, I guess the Wynn Law Firm and Lawrence C. Hill and Associates, as well as some of my other attorney friends that have referred me cases and helped me get started. They have been invaluable, both partners, but not even business partners. Like those people are my friends. I've been very grateful for that. And I think that hopefully their faith in me will return, I guess both a benefit to society as well as a financial benefit for everyone.
You're probably going to have another kid because there's a sibling. There's a sibling.
Yes. No,
I had a dream that Nicole and I were pregnant at the same time. Did she ever tell you that?
No.
Like if Nicole was here, what would she say?
She would say that yes, I am very fiscally conservative.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
But mainly it just has to do with my current situation.
Yeah.
And then I have a very singular goal of wanting a certain size law firm that does a certain thing with a certain amount of money in it. Before I consider myself to be stable and
it says you're
wealthy. Taking
for granted the success that you have. You're actually that's another 4. You're shrinking your energy somewhere with that vision. It's not quite. It's actually limiting. Because so that size, whatever the size is, that it needs to be that size. It's so I think if you keep your desire, everything that you've talked about, your desire is to help people and make a difference in all these things. It's and then this, how that, I don't know, the way the size of it is actually limiting you. And then they say you're taking for granted the success that you already have. So so how does he become empowered by that?
I mean, I do feel very fortunate. I know, I've heard anecdotally a lot of attorneys struggle to get cases in their first 6 months.
Yeah. You're really busy.
I'm actually
you have a lot of cases.
Incredibly busy. And
Nicole says you work hard all the time. She's he works so hard every day and you wake up and you go to the gym and you're.
Yeah, it's very structured. I very much I joke, but in my Dragon Ball Super parlance, I call it my hyperbolic time chamber period.
Yeah.
Where I've run off to go train in some private place to try to better myself because I do feel that I'm going through a transformative period right now, both in my life as well as my career. And a lot of it is just I'm hiding off trying to, I guess, bank as much power and influence as I can for the stuff that I know is coming down the way. Because we have some bad fights ahead of us, me and my business partners here, and I think the next 24 months.
I think that when you get help, I think you're going to grow. I think you're going to grow a lot. And it's worth every bit of effort that you're making. You talk about transformation. The death card shows up. We're in Scorpio season, and there's all these aspects to it where it's just wiping shit out and bringing things into your life for that transformation. It talks about long-term financial success and you assessing where you need to put your energy and the investment paying off. But I think that once your firm starts to grow, I think you're really going to see, I think that the size of it, there's a way to manifest it and let go of that number or whatever. There's some, you gotta there's something about it that is I've picked it up too many times. It's shrinking. It's maybe an obsession or something. It's like,
It's not like a specific.
something is going on.
It's not a specific number. I just need
because I want it to be open there. I want it to be open over your head. Like it's well, it's very three-dimensional. It's very three-dimensional where it's like this world, but like you need to access, especially like you need to access the higher frequencies.
Yes. No, I definitely. But no, I'm not. I don't think I have like a specific number in mind, but I definitely need help.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Originally, I was gonna go to a bachelor party, but then I thought about it more and was like, that sounds like super lame.
Well, we're doing a bachelorette party.
Well, yeah, but like there's the whole expectation that like I'm gonna end up at like Spearmint Rhino or something, and it's like,
yeah,
I cannot.
You already
and
have
you
like
already
the hottest
just pulled
girl.
the frugal card a bunch of times.
Oh,
and
right.
I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
no, I don't want to go spend a bunch of money on whatever that is. Like I'll go drink like nice whiskey at like someplace at the top.
I really like that. I like that. That's cool. Yeah, I was like, we got a table. I think I have to like check the emails.
Oh, she's super excited.
Yeah.
I actually need to go shopping for like an outfit or something. I'm now officially in the period where I can go get stuff done. I've been working so hard. Like I've been working like so long, man, the last like couple weeks to try to make sure I can take a couple days off. Like,
yeah. Well, congratulations. Congratulations for everything. And it's really cool to watch. And it's really fun to be your guys' friend. And you guys, we go on really fun dates together. No,
Lauren, you have been a blessing in me and Nicole's life. And thank you for being around.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys so much. It's like true friends that I have had like in this town, I feel like, are you and Nicole. And I'm really grateful for that.
No, you have also, you are a very high valued friend to us as well. So like,
yeah. I mean, I've known her like 8 or 9 years, and you know, she's been there every step of the way. So.
No, ours was strange because like we met very briefly in law school, and then had some friends in the same friend group for a while, but we just never talked at all. Period. She still makes fun of me for it because she says that we would see each other in court and I would pretend like she was like dead or something. But
yeah, because she's so hot.
I know, right? It's like, yeah,
you have
like,
to avoid it. Like I'm gonna fall in love with her.
That's like a fast track to me getting in a whole lot of trouble, man. Like,
well, and I don't have a sister, right? And I met her mom. Her mom was my student, and she met me, and she was like, "You have to meet my daughter." And then I meet Nicole, and like we dress alike, we're the same height, we like wear the same outfits and yoga together. She's next to me. She's like the Barbie doll version, though. Like, you know, and it was like we clicked so well when I met her, and I just love her so much, and I can't wait to celebrate with you guys on Sunday. And it's really cool. And thank you for having me.
I have a deep
in your ceremony. I'm on your papers. I mean, she's on some of my court documents.
Nicole and myself have a very I have never had such like a close tight bond with somebody so quickly either. Like, I mean, like, why don't we like? She is a valued partner in everything that I do, and I'm just. Like it's my heart is full having her in my life, and hopefully that stays that way for a long time.
It's so wonderful to see. I'm just so grateful.
And my daughter feels the same way about her as well.
Of course.
She like, I mean, if anything, like she intercepts her like an interceptor jet over the White House, like every time she walks in the door to tell her like a half-hour tale of her high school drama. Yeah. No, amazing. Thank you for joining us. Please subscribe, like, turn on post notifications, leave your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.